Hello everyone, myself RB Narvade would like to welcome for today's lecture on gas chromatography. First, we will see the introduction regarding gas chromatography. Gas chromatography is a process of separating the component or components from the sample by using a gaseous as a mobile phase. So in gas chromatographic technique, components are separated from the sample by using gaseous as a mobile phase. In any of the chromatographic technique, two things are very important. First is stationary phase and second is mobile phase. So in gas chromatography, gaseous are used as a mobile phase. So in gas chromatography, a sample being vaporized and injected onto the head of the chromatographic column. Then the sample is transported through the column by the flow of inert gaseous mobile phase. The column itself contains a liquid stationary phase which is adsorbed onto the surface of an inert solid. So in gas chromatographic technique, first the sample is vaporized. That means the sample should converted into the vapor form, provided that the sample should not be degraded or decomposed. So only such types of samples we can analyze by using gas chromatography. Then after vaporization, these samples are injected to the column by using a gaseous as a mobile phase. And then these components are separated. So there are two types of gas chromatography. First is gas solid chromatography and second is gas liquid chromatography. So in gas solid chromatography, the mobile phase is a gaseous while the stationary phase is solid. So here the stationary phase is solid, that's why the name is given as gas solid chromatography. So this gas solid chromatography, it is used for separation of low molecular gases, for example air components, then hydrogen disulfide, then CS2, CO2, rare gases, carbon monoxide and oxides of nitrogen. And in the second type of gas chromatography, that is gas liquid chromatography, gases are used as a mobile phase. But here the stationary phase is liquid. Next is the principle of gas chromatography. The principle of separation in the gas chromatography is partition. That means the solubility differences in between the components. So based on these, the components are separated and analyzed. So this gas chromatographic technique is also known as vapor phase chromatography or gas liquid partition chromatography. So the mixture of component to be separated is converted into the vapor and mixed with gaseous mobile phase. So that mixture of component is vaporized, but provided that that mixture or component should not be decomposed. Then after vaporization, these components are mixed with the gaseous phase, which is the mobile phase. Then the component which is more soluble in the stationary phase travel slower and eluted later, and the component which is less soluble in the stationary phase will travel faster and eluted out first. So in the column the stationary phase is present, so the components will get solubilized into that stationary phase. So such components will travel slower and they will elute from the column later. And the component which will be the less soluble in the stationary phase, that will travel fast and they will elute out from the column first. Then the no two components has same partition coefficient conditions. So this property has been used in the gas chromatography. So no two components have the same partition coefficient. So based on this, the two components can be separated or analyzed. So the components are separated according to their partition coefficient. Then partition coefficient is the ratio of solubility of a substance distributed between two immiscible liquids at a constant temperature. So this is the principle of gas chromatography. Then next is the instrumentation of gas chromatography. So the components of gas chromatography are, first is the carrier gas, then sample injection port, then column, detector. So now we will see this one by one. So here you can see the components of gas chromatograph. First is carrier gas supply, then next is gas flow controller, next is the sample injection port, next is the column, next is detector, and after that it has to be analyzed. So here you can see the cylinder into the which the carrier gas has to be supplied. So the carrier gas has to be supplied to the instrument. So that carrier gas should be the inert gas, that means that should not be react with our sample. Then next you can see the gas flow controller, from which we can control how much gas should be passed from the cylinder. Then next there is a injection port, from which we have to add our sample into the column. Then after passing the sample, it has to be mixed with the carrier gas. Then after that it will pass into the column and detector will detect the changes based on the properties. And next there is a recorder or computer, we can say, so that will note down the recordings. So first is the carrier gas. So the cylinder or gas tank is fitted with a pressure controller to control the pressure of a gas, a pressure gauge that indicates the pressure, a molecular sieve to transfer filtered dry gas, and a flow regulator to ensure a constant rate of flow of mobile phase to the column. So the cylinder is required, into the which we have to fill the carrier gas. So it should be fitted with the pressure controller, so that will control the pressure of the gas. Then there will be the pressure gauge, so that will indicate how much pressure is there. Then a molecular sieve will be there, that will transfer the filtered dry gas, and a flow regulator is there, so that will ensure the constant rate of flow of that mobile phase or gas to the column. So the properties of carrier gas will be, it should be chemically inert, that means that carrier gas should not be react with our sample. Then it should be cheap and readily available, so that carrier gas should be cheap and it should be available in the market readily. Then it should be of high quality and it should not cause any fire accidents. Then it should give best possible results. So such type of carrier gas we can use in the gas chromatography. Then carrier gas should be suitable for the sample to be analyzed and for the detector. So this carrier gas should be friendly with our sample and with the detector which we are using in the gas chromatography.